When I was growing up, my brother and I were raised in the city of Pensacola, Florida.
Life for me as a child was pretty well sheltered. I grew up, had a traditional childhood. I lived in this community of Flomaton, Alabama, and I grew up right here. Everything I ever known in this entire world was right here. And that's all I knew, and I really enjoyed it. And I was blessed to grow up as in a southern town, and life being real simple. By traditional lifestyle, my mom and dad, they were married, they were together.
Our parents divorced when we were really young, and we were raised by other family members. My childhood was harsh and full of lots of abuse. Growing up in the city, the only place we had to play were concrete jungles. They were inner city parks.
As a child, we ran around on bicycles, four-wheelers, did campouts. Went to the creek during the summer, jumped off of the bridge into the creek and swang from the rope and down into the creek. Yeah, see this bridge? This is Wolfalog Bridge. Wolfalog Creek runs under it. And we used to have a rope that would hang off of this guardrail right here. And we would jump off of this bridge, and then we would swing off the bank on the rope into the creek, knowing good and well that the creek is only about 9 to 10 foot deep, and then we would slam bottom every time we would jump off. Really dangerous. I can't believe I did that as a kid. But that was the thing to do, to come out here on summer break and hang out at Wolfalog Creek and go swimming. A lot of people did it.
Boy, we thought we had it made. But I can remember riding through the countryside as a kid thinking, why would anybody want to live out here? There's nothing. Boy, I didn't know what I didn't know.
But whenever I turned 18 and I graduated high school, it was time for me to leave. I wanted to go out and see what this world had to offer.
I went through modeling school as a young girl. And before I knew it, I overdosed at 21. My life had flashed before me, and I remember praying to God, please give me another chance. Thankfully he did, and I turned my life around.
So I joined the Navy, went off to Norfolk, Virginia, did my Navy career for 20 years. So during my 20 years in the Navy, I'd seen a lot of countries, been to the West Coast, been to the East Coast, down into the Mediterranean. I'd probably seen close to 20 countries. Been to Egypt. probably one of the very first places that I'd been to. I was stationed in Iceland for 2 years. Been to Scotland, visited all throughout Europe. And really had a wonderful time. And really enjoyed my 20 years in the Navy. And if I had to do it all over again, I would. I got to fly on airplanes for 4 years and do nuclear command and control missions. And I was a radio operator, both whenever I was flying and when I was on ships. And I would just handle the communications between aircraft and ship and shore. And that's what I did for 20 years, and I really enjoyed it.
As time went by, my mid-20s, I got married and started a career as an account executive selling TV advertising. It was fast-paced and fun and exciting, and I loved it.
This was the rat race of the business world that only the big city has to offer.
And then at 27, I got pregnant and nearly died again. The doctors brought my daughter into this world at 24 weeks, 1 pound, 11 ounces. In order to save my life. Once again, I found myself begging God for life. This time, it was my daughter's life and not mine.
So at 20, I got married, and my first wife and I, we had 4 kids together. And then that ended up into divorce. And then I always knew that I wanted to be with someone. I rushed right back into another relationship, got married. That lasted only 2 years, and things just weren't right between us. I guess I was looking for a rebound, and she was too, and that didn't last. So I moved back to the small town, had started my civilian career after my Navy retirement.
Through the years of divorce and selling TV advertising, we had made it. I found myself working long hours and having a pallet for Maya to sleep on underneath my desk. After 15 years of being a single mother with a career, Maya was doing great, I was doing great, I realized that I needed something more. My love life was missing. So I joined Tinder and I met Randall.
I'd always wanted to be with someone, to share my life with someone. And I knew that I wanted more than what I was experiencing by myself. So I went on Tinder.
He was talking to other women, I was talking to other men.
Dating site, and started to shop around. But this time I knew what I was looking for. I was looking for someone that shared the same wants and desires that I wanted. And I had a list of interview questions, and one of those interview questions was, have you ever grown a tomato plant? That was important to me, is whenever I was outside doing my gardening and messing around with fruit trees and stuff, I wanted someone else that could at least appreciate it, if not get right in there and get involved with me while I was doing it.
I too had interview questions for him. And one was, do you eat sushi and how often?
And so whenever I met Mechelle, she didn't meet any of the requirements or the criteria, but there was something between us that whenever I was dating all the other girls from Tinder, I just didn't have with the other people. There was something special about Mechelle.
And I'd set up my date with Randall, And he was the first one I was going to meet that day. I was just going to cross him off my list, but God had other plans. He was this country boy that I knew nothing about the country life. And after we met, when I was driving home, I found myself having a joyful cry. And I had never had a joyful cry before in my life, ever. So I knew there was something to this, that this was God's way of sending me the love of my life.
And we ended up dating for 6 months, and then as our relationship progressed, I knew that this is someone that I could build the life that I wanted with. And she appreciated everything that I wanted to do, and she just seemed to fit right in there. And she has truly been a blessing to my life. So here we are, 6 years later, on our 2-acre homestead. We're looking to expand, and we continue to develop our homesteading skills along the way. We find out there's more and more things that we want to work towards self-sustainment, and
We've grown.
Provide our own and grow our own food.
We've grown gardens. We've had so many new experiences together. We built a canoe. We built a camper. We have our gardens. We have our orchards. We've grown turkeys and chickens and processed the turkeys and chickens. We've had bees. We've been on a cruise. We've hiked Appalachian Trail.
And now we have a sawmill where we can now saw the lumber for some of our future projects. We want to build a barn.
Right here.
And then maybe expand out into row gardens with a little small tractor or something. And we've even talked about possibly getting milk goats.
Right.
And making our own cheese and soap.
That's right.
With the goat's milk.
Goat milk, goat cheese. And we're in the process of buying another acre and another dwelling on our property. And we're looking at another additional maybe acre or two. So follow us along.
We got a lot of things going on. It's really exciting, and I think you're going to find it interesting to follow our story as we live it together. And don't forget to keep growing, keep building,
and always keep adventuring. Together, we're Flomaton famous.